Okay, today was my first day in the truck, and what a day that was. Started off, okay, 5 a.m. start. I went to bed early, got up about 3:30, I think it was, maybe a little bit early, 3:15. My internal body clock kind of woke me up. It's a good thing too, because this alarm clock here did not go off for some reason. My tablet, which is what I'm filming this with, did go off, and my cell phone did go off. But knowing me, sometimes I sleep through those alarms, and it's just, I'm so thankful that I woke up. I don't know what happened with this alarm clock here. I'm going to have to set it tonight. Maybe I had the volume turned down or something like that. So I'll have to monkey with that and see what's going on with it. So I get there. My trainer says be there at 5. Google Maps, for some reason, said that it would take 20 minutes to get from the hotel to the mill, which in all reality, it took about 12 to 15 minutes or something. So I was there a little bit earlier. I was expecting to be there at 4:50. I got there about 4:40 ish, maybe 10 minutes to get there. Maybe I was speeding too. I don't know. Uh, I'm not going to admit if I was speeding, so I wasn't speeding. So yeah, that settles that. Anyways, get there and I start messing with the e-log because they got it there in the break room to get myself all signed in. I forgot to sign myself out the night before. And just now, as I was saying that, I was thinking, did I sign myself out tonight? Which I did. So that's good. No needing to mess with timesheets or time clock, like remember KTP clock in with my thumb or Little Creek clock in with my badge. Nothing like that. I just get into e-log, type in my employee number, and just hit on duty. And that's that. It's just the trucker logs in electronic form. All my trucker buddies probably use them too. So that is that. So I was on the e-log trying to monkey with it. The e-road is what it's called. Monkeying with it, trying to figure out how I could correct my time for yesterday because I never clocked out. And spent a good 15 minutes on that. And then I get a text from my trainer. Okay, here's our. I texted him first saying I'm here. I'm in the break room. He texted me back saying, all right, here's the truck number we're gonna be in, and go ahead and start pre-tripping on it. So I I wasted too much time trying to monkey with that e-log, but it's all good. I get into the truck, pop the hood, and I forget my flashlight in the car. Run to the car, grab my flashlight. But shoot, I'll get to that in a second. Why I just said shoot. Run to the car, grab my flashlight. Uh, Same basic routine that I was in at Bates. Use my flashlight to shine it in the engine compartment, check if there's anything out of the ordinary, and any puddles on the ground, any dripping fluid, that blah blah blah, that type of stuff. Pre-tripping. Try to turn on my flashlight, doesn't work. So it's like, shake it a little bit, hit it a couple times, still doesn't work, and then a couple more times it flickers, and it's like, okay, this thing's garbage. And I'm trying to find the what was it, the dipstick for the oil. Can't find it, and that's when my trainer drives up and is like, hey, so where's the dipstick for this, because all the trucks are not the same. And I think I was on the wrong side of the truck or something, because at Bates it was on the driver's side. um, I was just about to say it was on the passenger side, but no, the dipstick was lower down, like kind of recessed into the engine. So, and then there was a hose kind of covering it. So, I had trouble finding it. So he showed me where it was. And all levels were good. And then we were already loaded with fur chips. Inifer, I think is what the company is, right down the road from Herman Brothers. And I'm gonna get myself a Mountain Dew. You guys want one? Should I grab 2 of them? Let me grab 2 of them here. One for me, and one for you guys. Or maybe it's 2 for me and none for you. We'll find out. But you can believe I grabbed you one if you want to, because I'm a nice guy like that. My throat's just getting dry from talking so much. Looks like it's going to be another 10 or so minute video, so sorry about that. Also, if the audio cuts out, I'm sorry. I have a bad habit of putting my thumb underneath the tablet, which is where the microphone is. Yesterday's video cut out because of me doing that, or maybe I put the tablet down on my lap or something. So I just got to make a self-conscious effort not to do that. When the audio cut out yesterday, I was just complaining that my tummy was upset because I had a sandwich that probably got too warm with the mayonnaise in there. So I was dealing with a sore tummy yesterday. Back to talking about work. We go on our way, and we just had a local run, Port Angeles to Port Townsend, back and forth all day. I think we made a total of 3, maybe 4 runs, if I'm not mistaken, because it's about 56 miles out of Port Angeles, I think the sign says, if I'm remembering right. And a lot of fun. Highway, it's either Highway 12 or Highway 20, coming right out of, would that be Discovery Bay, and then going up towards Port Townsend. That road is windy. There is no shoulder. It is a pain in the butt. At first, my trainer's name is Ben, so I'm just going to call him Ben from now on because it makes it easier to, rather than just saying my trainer. So Ben's like, okay, I'm going to drive the first couple times because it's dark out. I don't want you driving on Highway 20 or 12, whichever one it is, because of the windiness and no shoulder. And then once the sun comes out a little bit more, then I'll have you take over when we come back from Port Townsend Paper Mill, which that place is pretty neat. Smells like farts, but that's to be expected for a paper mill. We get there, and lo and behold, we're using the CB. The real trucker comes out now. But that's about the only places where the CBs are used anymore. The mills and the interstates for accidents or weather updates or whatnot. So we go through the whole mill procedure on using the CB, check in with security, get temperatures taken, COVID junk, get our weight on the tractor trailer, and then they assign us where we're gonna dump on the CB, and then we go out to the dump, and it's pretty sweet. You back into it, you unhook your tractor from it, and there's this platform basically on hydraulics, and your trailer is on top of that platform, and you're operating the platform, and you gotta do the whole unhook procedure, make sure your brakes are set, and then there's like this long rope that's connected to the door, kind of, and then you get down to the control, and then you start raising it until it's a little ways up there, and then you yank on the rope, which will open the door, and that's when all the chips will start sliding out. It's like, dude, this is like the coolest thing that I've ever seen. I mean, I'm inside of a mill. I'm driving a semi truck. It's like, oh my goodness, my mind is just like, What? Are you kidding me? So that was the first trip there. Drive back. We drive to, get back into Port Angeles, and then my then Ben calls dispatch. He says, "Hey, we're back in town. Where do you want us?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, go ahead and go down to Enifer. I think that's what the company is." And then we get there, and then get loaded up with more fur chips, and then head back out to Port Townsend. And that's after we dump that time. He's like, "All right, your turn. Jump in the driver's seat." After we're done with security on our way out, and I get in the driver's seat and it's like, oh my goodness, do I even remember how to drive a semi truck? It's been a good month since I've driven a tractor trailer. Well, probably the last time with Herman Brothers when I was interviewing was the last time that I was in a tractor trailer. And then I try taking off. Of course, my brakes aren't released yet, and Ben's kind of chuckling at me, and I'm like, well, I got to do it once. Nervous as heck, and it's just like, come on, Dave, get it together. And stall it, I think. I stalled the tractor. Totally nervous. And then I hear people on the CB, does Herman Brothers in front of us even know how to drive? Blah, 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 blah. It's like, just turn that thing off. So I get together, we get down the road, and of course I'm like super conscious about the fog line and the center line, and I keep together all the way down. Flip the Jake on, and that the first time using the Jake. Oh no, I'm lying. We get down to Discovery Bay first. That was the third trip where I flipped the Jake going down from Port Townsend. We get down to Discovery Bay, and that's when Ben says, "Jump in the driver's seat." So the first time I used the Jake was coming down the hill from that goes to Seven Cedars. That's when I flipped the Jake on. Oh, the Jake is so cool. Keeps it at the right speed, and just you're not wearing your brakes down, your air brakes, and just you're not losing your air. It's cool. I love the sound. It's awesome. I'm a professional now, you guys. But yeah, I had so much fun. Video is about 13 minutes now. I'm starting to get really warm with this coat on. I just got home right before I made this video. Popped on the TV and about to make dinner. Got my bought myself a backpack because guess what I used for a bag today? Yeah. So as I was saying yesterday, here's my hard hat, and also I got my vinegar that I was complaining about yesterday, and then the work gloves. Watch me forget them at home at the hotel now. The driving gloves that I got from college. Here's the flashlight that I was just not complaining about. Thanks, Uncle Doug, but it doesn't work for some reason. Maybe it's the batteries, I don't know. Maybe I won't toss it. 14 minutes, I'm sorry. Today was cool. I asked Ben to take a picture of me, which he did. That's up on my Facebook account. This video here will be uploaded to my Dave J. York YouTube channel because for some reason I can't upload very long videos. I tried uploading the one yesterday directly to Facebook, but it didn't for some reason. Tomorrow is another 5 o'clock start. I'm thinking I'm going to get up at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. That way I can just relax before work and pray and read my Bible and stuff, because I felt rushed this morning, even though I probably wasn't. I just still felt rushed. I got my favorite pizza for dinner. Either they didn't have that in stock at Wally World, last night, or I didn't see it, so I was quite excited to find it tonight. Oh yeah, I wanted to include more trucker lingo in this video here. So um, about the third trip out back from Port Townsend when I was driving, talking to Ben, there was Smokey Bear on the side of the road, and I was like, "Oh, look, there's good old Smokey," and he kind of just ha 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 type thing, and he's like, "Well, I bet you the scale's gonna be open." And I'm thinking, "Oh, cool! I got to deal with the chicken coop, the scale house," is what I'm thinking. I didn't want to, go too super trucker on him at that point because I'm still rookie and everything. So it's just like just thinking these things. So I don't know. Dealt with. Oh! I gotta tell you about the chicken coop. Roll up to the chicken coop and I flip on the Jake, and he's like, "Turn the Jake off. They don't like the Jake." So it's like, oh, oops. I didn't know they didn't like the Jake. Flip the Jake off, and then I'm rolling up there in second gear. He's like, "If they want you to stop, they're gonna flip on the red light." So I'm slowly creeping along, trying to kind of like put my foot on the brake a little bit, kind of expecting the red light to go on. He's like, "You're good, go, go." It's like, don't I need to? No, you're good, go. They don't need to talk to you, or they don't care. Just go. It's like, oh, okay. And then flipped it into fourth and fifth, and just hammer down. Man, I am so happy, and I thank God. My mind is blown. Standing in front of that truck today, the tractor trailer, and seeing the company's name on the side of the truck, and just thinking, this isn't real. This, ow! God, I thank you. Praise God.